Hey everybody, how you doing today? I have the Zhiyun Weebill S with me today, and I'm just going to go over a few things, do a bit of an unboxing, and stick around and we can talk about that. Leave a comment down below, like, subscribe if there's anything you want to add, and we can have a conversation about it. So stick around. All right, here we have the Zhiyun Weebill S. I'm going to do a bit of an unboxing for you. This came from Amazon just the other day. Just going to open it up. I already cracked the seal. Didn't want to play with knives on the scene. I don't know how to open this box. Bit of an interesting way to open it. So we got this white thing right here. Piece of styrofoam. This looks to be the case. Nothing else in the box. Let's put that right there. So this is what the styrofoam case looks like. And you get this pamphlet with all the different accessories. I guess it's one language on one side and another language on another. Some kind of free 12 months extended warranty card thing. Then we have the service card. And the instruction manual with hilariously small writing. How on earth you're supposed to read that, I have no idea. That is so tiny. Good luck reading this. So now we're going to open up the case here, and we can see it all neatly tucked away. Here's the batteries. I believe these are the kind of batteries you find in those vape. Here we have the main handle. You got this thing. Screws into the bottom. Like so. Turns into a tripod. Set that down right here. Oh, looks like I ripped a piece of the styrofoam off. It's the battery charger. Charge up the batteries with USB. This is the plate you attach the camera to. Push that in. Pull that off. This goes onto the plate on here. This goes onto this part. Something that slides into here. And then this part goes onto the bottom of the camera, and you click this on by pushing this. Somehow. Like that. And then your camera stays on here. And then you can just slide it off without having to readjust the gimbal all the time. And then here's a little riser part. If you need to get that up a little higher, you can just put it on there, bolt it on. Then right here we have the little black box. I'm gonna ruin it. You open that up and you have your little bolts for, you have the bolts for the slider, like this one in here. Then you also have the cables and the wireless, or sorry, the wire for the charging, the USB-C charging cable, which you can use one of those little blocks that you get with your phone, one of those little charging blocks. Get like a rapid charger or something. And then you have all the USB all the different USB cables for the different cameras that you might need. So that's it. That's what's inside the box for the Zhiyun Weebill. And I'll do a full review on this thing, so watch out for that video. I'll show you how to set it up and balance your camera, and we'll take some shots. So make sure you like and subscribe. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Now I don't want to alarm you, but I am out in the middle of a field using a Zhiyun Weebill S, a Panasonic GH5S, and a Comica lavalier mic. You can see the little lavalier mic right here. It's wireless. It's preventing my Zhiyun Weebill S from doing the best job it can do because it's sitting on top of my camera, and then it's preventing it from getting every angle. I keep looking into the damn LCD screen. That's something I have to stop doing. I don't want to alarm you, but I have to stop looking into the LCD screen. This may come as a shock to you, but I have to keep in my rule of thirds as well. Shocking, alarming, and all that jazz. It's hard to look into the... I'm finding it really hard to look into the lens instead of the LCD screen while I'm walking around, because it, for some reason, feels like I'm gonna have a better sense of direction if I look into the LCD screen, but I'm still gonna bump into crap. So sorry if I can't keep it up on my face all the time. It's starting to hurt my arm. Here we go. I have my GH5S attached to it. And some things I really like about the Zhiyun Weebill S right off the bat is that it's very light, and it has this cool little thing right here that you can put right here instead. And there's other attachments you can buy to stick to it. It has a neat little trigger to operate some functions. Trigger right here. And then there's a little wheel. And all this is to operate the different functions of the camera to make it easy to operate various things. There's a little lock thing down here on this handle too, but for some reason I can't seem to get it to operate properly. I keep meaning to look this up. It says to switch it one way or the other, but it doesn't budge for me. Feeling a little hoarse in the throat. No, it's not the thing going around. Right now I don't have it all like turned on or anything because I'm just holding it to describe some things. But I have some footage I'm going to show you. We'll layer it over top of the video. And I did some testing with it. I've used this camera and other cameras. I actually have one video out there that you may have seen already where I used my Canon HF G40 on it. Zhiyun Weebill S is not made for cameras like that, the Canon HF G40 or cameras like that, but it does work. I made it work. It looks pretty cool too, and I think that's the main reason why I bought this thing actually. This thing, not that thing. The main reason why I bought this thing is because I bought a GH5S, and the GH5S does not have image stabilization, but not only that, I have a Canon 60D without any in-body image stabilization as well, because it's older technology. So that's the main reason why I bought it. There is a USB-C attachment, and as you can see, I don't bother having that attached because I don't really see the point in trying to operate the camera while I'm doing all this. I'll just stick it in auto, or I'll set up the shot and I'll kind of, I'll put it into the manual focus and then do the, hit the screen where you want to focus it, and then just use the Zhiyun to try to track and follow and get smooth motion. And it seems to work pretty good. So far, I'm having a lot of fun with it, and I'm not aggravated or anything. I have tried to use the software with my phone, and that's a whole other story. It doesn't even work with my phone for one, but I've read other people's stories, and it seems to be a bit iffy with even if you have a phone where it works. I don't think the software is quite up there yet, but hopefully it will be soon, because if I wanted someone to help me and I get a new phone where I can download the software and actually use it. I have a Samsung A8. I don't know if that sounds, if the microphone is picking up the articulation of the A and the 8. So anyway, I got that out clear, I think. If I were to buy a phone where the software is more supported, I kind of get the feeling like it still doesn't work very well, but I wouldn't mind trying it out if I had a second person to help me out with the camera operations as I'm using it, or maybe I could do it while they're using the Zhiyun with the camera attached to it. So I'm gonna try actually shooting a music video with my friend, Conductor, and we're gonna use it on that shoot, and I'll get back to you and do a little run through of how it performed during an actual music video shoot. That'll be a lot of fun. So some of the things right away that I noticed as soon as I opened the box was the manual was hilariously printed so small that you need like an electron microscope to read the instructions. And I'm not joking at all. I bought a few other things that were like that recently too. And I do not know who these manuals are meant for. The tiniest little people, I'm assuming, and those books would be huge to somebody that small. But the books are like this big, like a tiny little book, and the printing is like this microscopic little printing on it that you, man, maybe because I'm like so old, I'm almost 100 years old, so I can't read to the effect that I could when I was like 12, because there's like a 88-year difference between when I was 12 and now, because I'm 100, right? 88 plus 12 is 100. Math. There's a little bit of it in each and every show, so pay attention. Put on your thinking caps. And one thing I definitely don't like about this thing was that software thing. And the other thing was that if you don't have it, if you do a slight little movement or something, this thing will do the chicken. It'll start shaking around like that. If you kind of like get it into a wrong position or something and you try to get it back, it gets like all funky and you freak it out. You're like, oh my God, is this thing gonna break or something? But I don't know, I just shut it off, just turn it off and put it down, let it rebalance itself, and then you're good to go, I hope. One thing I've done too by accident is I've accidentally turned it on with all the locks on. I forgot to unlock it, and then it emitted this horrible beeping sound. It was like that, like some kind of gates of the Armageddon were opening up or something. But it was actually just the Zhiyun Weebill telling me, hey man, you left the thing locked. So I just turned it off really quickly and unlocked it. I was afraid of ruining the motor. Another time, I forgot that this thing is actually motors, and I went and I just grabbed the thing and I forced it into the thing, and it kind of made a bit of a weird sound too. And I don't think you're supposed to do that. You're not supposed to just grab it, and especially, I mean, while it's on, or probably even while it's off, I don't know, because you're forcing the motors. But it didn't seem to damage it or anything. That was only a one-time thing. And I also dropped it. I've dropped this thing, but you can't even tell. It didn't scratch, it didn't make a dent. Like from about this height too, like it was a good drop. And this thing works beautifully still. So this thing is very durable. And so these came out about a year ago, and I think they're holding up really well after about a year I haven't been using it for a year, but I mean, I've seen other people using them for quite a while, and this thing takes quite a beating. Like I said, I dropped it, I've forced the motor, I've done things you're not supposed to, I've kicked it, I've screamed at it, and I yelled names at it too. I was telling it, man, you're a worthless piece of crap. I'm gonna throw you in the, and I just gave it. I was giving it a good tongue thrashing, and it didn't care. It just keeps on ticking. So it's got this little wheel on the back right here, and you can access the menu through the wheel, and you can adjust the strength of the motor or how fast the thing turns. And you can also adjust, all that's adjusted down here with the menu and everything like that. And this wheel adjusts how fast you actually turn it when you're turning around and everything like that. So it's pretty easy to use. It's not really complicated. It has a POV mode. The POV mode lets you kind of like operate it like almost like a normal thing without using the joystick. And then the L mode, you have to kind of steer it a little, and you can adjust the motor's speed and everything through the menu. So it takes a little bit of you'll have to kind of get used to it. You'll have to try out different speeds and different things for what you want, but just try it out, just do it, or not, I don't care, whatever. So yeah, I'll just show you the unboxing and you can check it out for yourself. And these things were about 450 bucks, and the price just seems to be going down compared to the DJI and the other ones out there. I think this is a great buy for how much it is and for what it can do, how much weight it can hold, 6.6 or 6.2 pounds, something like that. So it can hold the weight of my Canon D with a nice big lens on it, 60D I should say. And I've seen other people like Potato Jet and other camera guys on the YouTube thing, they attach all kinds of crazy crap to it. Like one guy put his Black Magic Pocket Cinema camera 6K. The names are so long, holy crap. And he had all these attachments to it just so he could get it all stabilized, but it worked and he did it. He pulled it off. These things are amazing buy and I highly suggest them. And I am totally not one of those guys who is getting money for doing this. I just like it. So just whatever. Okay, so that's it. I'm gonna wrap it up. And if you like this, leave a comment, like, subscribe, and all that jazz. And I'll see you next time.
I love you.